Hi guys, welcome back. Today we are doing a Q&A, and by we I mean me, but this is still Ben and I's channel. He will be doing future videos, so be watching out for those, but today it's just me, your girl, and we are gonna answer some questions. So I went on Instagram and did the handy dandy question sticker and got a bunch of questions that we're gonna answer. Me and Isley are gonna answer today. So without further ado, let's go. So a couple things before we start this video. In case you didn't know, I do photography with my husband Ben under the name Indie Fox. I wish that was my name, but it's not. So here we are. Let's get into the questions. Okay, first question, which is the most asked question we get ever, is what camera do you shoot with? And it is a Canon 5D Mark IV and a Canon 6D Mark III. That's actually what I'm filming on right now, so I can see myself. They're both great. Love them. Love those girls. They're just hard-working little things. So, and then one that went along with that was, what are your go-to lenses? My personal favorite is this 24-70, which I am again using. But another great one is a 35. I love a good 35. What is it like being married so young?
It's the best.
It's the best ever. You just get to do life with the love of your life. Thank you for loving me endlessly. What is your favorite type of session to shoot? And mine is definitely between engagement shoots and elopements. They're just really fun, really intimate. You really get to know the couple because it's just you and the couple, so I think it's really fun. And it's really easy in the sense of you don't really have to pose them too much. You just have to let them interact. And there's also a question about like how to pose a couple without completely staging it. So this kind of ties into it, is that you want to give them like a general direction as far as like you can be like face each other and get all snuggled up, but you don't have to be like, now put your hand here and do like your fingers in this alignment, you know, like you don't have to be too crazy about that. You can just give them a general movement and then let them kind of talk to each other, flirt with each other, be cute with each other. And yeah, but those are my favorites because of that reason. Like you just have to capture them being in love. We love love here. Where was your favorite travel destination? And my just favorite place to go to ever is Moab, Utah, because Ben and I took a trip there after being married for almost a year. I consider it our like real honeymoon, but we went there on a camping trip and lived like hippies, and it was the best experience ever. So Moab, Utah is my all-time just happy place. I just love it. I just love it so much. That's my husband. Do you wear hair extensions, or is your hair actually that long / thick? So if you're referring to this picture or this picture or this picture, the answer is yes. I got these bad boys for photos so that my hair can be just like unrealistically crazy long and thick, because it just looks really great in photos. So yeah, I got those specifically for photos, but this is my actual hair. It's still pretty thick. It's not as long as it could be, but we're getting there, we're getting there. So now you know the truth. What editing program do you use, and what do you recommend for beginners? I use Lightroom. I would recommend Lightroom. We also occasionally use Photoshop, but normally only if we want to add special effects to a photo. So if we want to add like stars or a moon or something a little bit wild, a little bit crazy, we'll use Photoshop. But for the most part, we use just Lightroom. It's pretty simple once you get the hang of it. Like once you really understand how to use it and manipulate the settings. Like when I first started using it, I was confused. Probably took me a couple months because I was really learning about photography, but yeah, I would definitely recommend Lightroom. This is a big one that we get a lot is, when do we want to have kids? And the answer to that is, so being a wedding photographer and always just being involved with weddings, people asked us what our wedding was like, and we actually did not have a traditional wedding. We got married. It sounds like we got married on a reality TV show because it's called The Big Fake Wedding. We found out about them through Facebook. The photographer for the event was like, we're looking for a couple who wants to elope for free. And we were like, we've been talking about getting married and we don't have money, so we'd love that. So we ended up having a bunch of meetings with them, you know, vibing, seeing if we were the right fit. And we ended up going through with it, and we got a completely free wedding. Didn't pay for a thing except I paid for my shoes and Ben paid for his like parking ticket. Like when we got there, he just had to pay for the parking garage. So yeah, it was absolutely insane, such a blessing, but definitely not the normal story. But what the Big Fake Wedding is a bridal show staged as a wedding. They normally have a married couple like pretend to get married, but they were like, let's switch it up. Let's be a little feisty and get a real couple, and that was us. So the only weird thing was that there were a bunch of people that we didn't know. So it was like all strangers and then like our immediate family. Mr. Santa Claus himself was there. So I guess you could say that we are on the nice list, you know? How do you refine your editing style and what presets do you recommend? So for improving your editing style, I would say just practice, try new things, try presets, try editing from scratch without presets. That's the best way to really learn how to manipulate colors, and it can be super frustrating and I hate doing it, but at the same time, it really teaches you like how to organically achieve those colors without just being like boop. But I am a fan of presets and I use them, so I'm not bashing them, but it is nice to really like learn what it's doing to a photo and not just viewing it as a filter, but really like switching up those settings. So yeah, just practice, try new things, and you'll get there. As far as presets that I recommend, Ben and I both really like the, what was it? It was like Yanni presets is what we got that are really fun. And then I'll link them down below. And then Annie Graham presets are nice. I really like hers. They're really, really warm, so just be prepared for that. And G presets. G presets are my all-time favorite. They're really, really faded, so you do just have to add some color back. If you're into color, if you're not into color, then like leave those settings, girl. But I would recommend adding a little something too. Another question we got was about Bug and why his name is Bug. And I honestly think it's just because he looks like a bug. Because he's got big bug eyes. But he was actually Ben's dog growing up. So it was his mom's and sister's dog, and then we inherited him. And I adore him. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. But he's perfect. Yeah, I don't have a crazy story for why his name is Bug, I'm sorry. And then we also got asked about our home renovations. If you don't know, we own a home that I'm currently in, and we are just redoing it. It's basically, what is it called? Like flipping a house? That's what we did with our last home, and Ben is actually gonna do a video about that and just share all of our fun home renovations. But for now, you can look at one of our previous videos, our house tour. This is actually the office. Let me show you. So this is the office that was once completely empty. It's pretty cool. This wall actually got replaced, which is crazy. And then we added new wallpaper, painted this black, got furniture, My favorite koala bear and everything. And then back to the question, how many dogs do you have? We have 4. I think I already answered that, but it's time to meet the pups. So we've got first contestant, Mika. Come here. Can you sit? Mika, sit. Mika, you're so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Mika, look at me one more time. Okay, next we have Ellie, firstborn. Ellie, sit. Ellie, sit. Sit. Good muffin. Oh my gosh. Next we have Isley. She's a little turd. And then the famous, the star, the one, he's actually the firstborn. Bug. Bug Money, look at me. If that's not a mood, I don't know what is. Why are y'all so cute? So that is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and subscribe, comment below, and follow us on Instagram. We will see you later. Bye.